Hey y'all, sprinkle, sprinkle, welcome. So I know it's late. I guess it depends on where you live, but it's late here. So I just thought I would come on for a few minutes. Probably gonna end up being longer than that. But we're gonna talk about, do you need him or do you want him? Sprinkle, sprinkle. So thank y'all for coming to the channel. If y'all just got off the other channel, sprinkle, sprinkle, appreciate y'all. Um, Y'all hit the like button. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Hit the like button as you get in. So, do you want him or do you need him? Most men feel like women need them. And a lot of times, women just want them. A lot of these men or dusties get confused and they don't realize that you don't need them. You want them. And I'm not talking about like you want a dusty. I'm just saying men in general. You don't need them, you want them. So, a lot of times when women have priorities and standards and they say they want to be treated like this, they want a man to provide, they want this, they want that, they want them to pay the bills. A man, I don't know why, some men automatically thinks that you can't afford to pay for your own stuff. Well, how did you make it this far without him? How did you make it thus far without surviving? You know, a lot of times men don't think about, it's not that we can't afford it, it's that we don't want to have to afford it living with a grown man. You see, because that would emasculate you as a man. So sometimes we have to realize it's not that a woman can't afford it. It's just that she shouldn't have to. If you living up under the roof, if y'all are together, if you've taken her off the market, she shouldn't have to pay for anything. And a lot of men don't realize that, and they're mentally unable to process that they want you to be a provider, but they don't need you to be a provider. And here's my thing. If you want them to be a provider, but you don't need them to be a provider, shouldn't you get what you want still in a relationship? Because if you aren't getting what you want, which is a provider, and you do end up, paying some utilities or whatnot, then you're not getting what you want out of the relationship. And that's why a lot of people are not, satisfied. And so it's not that women can't afford it because they can. It's just that we shouldn't have to. And I don't know why men feel like, oh, in this economy, and yeah, we can make our own money and keep our own money. But when it comes to feeling secured and protected, that's your job as man. If you want to live in the same house with a woman. And if y'all have kids, kids. So whenever you hear people, these dudes complaining about, oh, we need more money and you need to pay for this, then say, I'll go do that with a roommate, darling. Okay. Or that's it, because a lot of times they don't understand that you don't need them. You want them. And they don't understand what the want is. The want is to feel feminine when a masculine presence is there, not to feel masculine while a masculine presence is sitting right in front of you. And so if you're unable to do that for a woman, then get out of the picture. Okay? Get out and stay where, someone needs you, needs your half or your 50%. You know what I'm saying? You should be happy. And this is kind of sound like reverse psychology, which it probably is, but you should be happy that a woman wants your 100% versus a woman that will just accept and take your 50% because she just feels like she needs to have a man. See, that's the difference. When you want something, you can get the whole thing. When you need something, you'll take what you can get. You'll take half. You'll take a little piece. You'll say, "Oh, I'm so desperate, I need something," you know, and you'll take what you're given. But when you want something, if you can't get what you want, then you don't want what you're being offered in its place. You see? So a lot of times you'll just be like, well, if I can't have it, I'll go find someone else who will give it to me, or I'll find it somewhere else, or I'll get it on my own. But if you like, that's the difference. When you need something, you take less. When you want something, you want it all or nothing. That's just how it is. And a lot of people need to realize this. You don't compromise with what you want. People compromise with what they need, not with what they want. That's a difference. Um, can you please answer this question? How do you stay emotionally detached from a man that you know is not worth it when you are already invested time in getting to know them? Take what you can. You know what I'm saying? Like, did you learn something from that person? Did they make your life better in any way? If you got him, you can get another one. You know, let whatever drew you to him or that was good in the relationship benefit you, boost your self esteem into the next one. You know, allow yourself to grow from that experience and not to harp on it. You know, allow yourself to grow from it, and you're not invested. You know, you're not invested into anyone if you don't have anything to show for it. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't have anything to show for it, you never really invested into it. You time is what you choose to spend it on, and that's why I say find the benefits in in the time you spent, and use that to propel you to the next level. Okay. So whether you learned life lessons, whether he had some type of skill that you could, benefit from, if he taught you something, if you got to live rent free for a couple of months at most, you see what you took and be happy and then move forward. You just seen my skit on when a dusty ghost calls Pic Misha. Y'all are silly. You said, is being a virgin considered high value as a female? It just depends on if someone wants a virgin or not, I guess. The value could be low if they want to have sex. The value could be high if they want a virgin. I guess it depends on who you asking, baby. It's like there's prostitutes and hookers out there that's getting paid, and they're not virgins. So I don't know. All right. How to deal with gossip from older women. I don't partake in it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Um, if that's all they have to do, then let them do it, baby. I got other stuff to do. I don't partake in it. Go enjoy your youth. um, Thank you, sprinkle, sprinkle. It said, is lust nice? I think it's fun. Sometimes, I mean, what would anything be if there was no lust involved? I think it's fun. How do you feel about shadow work? You should have been on my other channel a few minutes ago. Um, Shadow work to me is just like every day, baby. It's like accept the parts of yourself that you don't love yourself, all the flaws and all. And if other people can't deal with it, it ain't your problem. That's the best way I can explain it. Just accept all the things about yourself, love them anyway. And if others don't, oh well, who cares? You do. And you're going to benefit from them. There you go. You're one of my first followers. Oh my gosh, sprinkle, sprinkle. You had a wonderful sugar daddy for 2 years and we broke things off healthy and you moved on and happily engaged now. Earlier, you found out your old sugar daddy deleted himself. We weren't so close though. Huh? Well, I mean, If people are moving on and engaged and doing all that, then don't you think, you know, people are gonna do what they gotta do? Working on okay. Work on you no matter what, especially during the hard times and sad times. So, yeah, like that's why you gotta love yourself first and foremost. So no matter what, you always doing something for yourself. Okay. Oh, BB Sprinkle Sprinkle. Shira, are you finished your yoga teacher training in 2 weeks? Going to be teaching on two different resorts. Oh my gosh. Wealthy area in Uptown. Sprinkle Sprinkle. Go ahead, girl. Get your money. Sprinkle Sprinkle. Well, that's good. Congrats. All right. You said he deleted himself? Okay. You have been binge watching all of your videos the past few days. Thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Hope you were hitting like on those. Shira, why don't you want him? Shira, why don't you want him anymore? You used to be obsessed with getting him. Um, you know what? I think sometimes maybe it was the challenge, and I think a lot of times when people want something so bad that if they just let it go, they can either have um, the space to want something else, or they'll get it eventually. I just feel like to hold on to something so tight and grasp it so tight is useless. You know, there's too many opportunities and things that are available to be holding on to something so tight. Okay. How to deal with groups of older women who try to assassinate your character. I don't really care what people are thinking because if they're focused on me, they're not focused on themselves. Therefore, they don't love themselves. And therefore, if you don't love yourself enough to focus on you and make yourself better, then there's no way you can do anything to assassinate my character because you are already assassinating yours by focusing on me. I mean, that's just how I see it. You assassinate yourself when you don't think about yourself and work on yourself. You're putting all that energy and focus on another person when it could be on yourself. So they're assassinating themselves ultimately because nobody cares what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like who cares? Do they have like an old lady meeting where they sit around and try to assassinate people who are unbothered by them? Great. They wasting time and energy. Well, I'm getting some, why you getting some? Why the young person is getting some? Why the other person is focused on themselves? You know, so focus on yourself and work on yourself. That's the best advice. How to respond and not react. Do not respond. Do not respond. You're above that, darling. If you respond, you lower yourself. Don't respond to any negative talk. Respond by just doing what you're already doing to make them mad. I don't know what to tell you. Just do what you always do. That's your response. There you go. um, yeah, I have new lipstick colors coming out very soon, and one of the names of one is Still Unbothered. Y'all remember I had Unbothered? It's like a nudish color. I have another one. It's called Still Unbothered. That's gonna be one of the other colors. It's gonna be available soon. So y'all stay on the lookout for Still Unbothered. All right. Um, yes, you like my lipstick color. This is number 13. and Level Up Cosmetics .us. Just type in lipsticks, and all of my lipsticks will show. And you can get your red vial pendant lipstick. And this is waterproof and long lasting liquid lipstick. And like I said, you can wear it as a necklace too. And it's also a weapon. It's a weapon too. Okay. You were in Starbucks today and this 47-year-old unemployed man started hitting on you and you was upset. Okay, I'm so sorry. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Hopefully you'll recover from that. What to do if you have always had an old soul? How to find youthfulness? Well, I think maybe like watching shows with younger people, or maybe looking at younger energies, or reading books written by younger people can help you. Seeing from their perspective, talking to some of them, observing some of them, perhaps. But a lot of times, like the topic and subject and whatever of this video was that, do you want a man or do you need one? And the patriarchal view of how women used to need men to survive has totally changed now, because now they don't need them anymore. And it's more of a want. And so this is why a lot of times when men try to throw stuff at you like, oh, that's why you're going to be single and da 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 da. That's because we don't need you. We want you. There's a difference. If we want you to have certain, qualities about you. So it's not that we're going to end up single. It's just that we have a choice, and we don't need you to survive anymore. And we don't have to take what we don't want. We don't have to take you because we need you. We have to take you, or we choose to take you because we want you. And if you're not what we want, we don't want to take you. You see? And so this is why you have a lot of dusty men out here mad and throwing insults at women, because they don't have to take them. They don't need them. And when you're not, living up to what a woman wants anymore, and just thinking that being a man is enough, then that's when you're sadly mistaken, that if you don't meet certain standards, you're not needed or wanted. So that's all that is. How do you remain so unbothered? That's a fabulous trait to have. I view things from the perspective of always gaining. I'm always going to get what I want in some form or fashion. Everything is always going to work out to my benefit. And whatever happens, it's going to work in my favor always. So whatever someone does, whatever someone says, whatever someone chooses to do, it's all compiling to work in my favor. And so I don't really worry about it. I stay unbothered because I already know I'm getting money. I'm going to get paid from whatever issue arrives. It's going to be resolved super quickly, and I'm going to get my money. That's how I think. That's my thought process. So remaining unbothered is simply a way of expecting to get exactly what it is that I, am going to benefit from. So that's how I stay unbothered. I don't worry about nothing. I know exactly what I need. I'm going to definitely benefit from all that I have manifested. I'm good. So you don't get why people get so mad when women want older men. I think the truth is they want more mature men who know how to treat women and can afford to provide. And I think that younger men don't focus on this in their youth as much as they used to in the old days. Because think about this, in the old days, men used to have to get that money, get that paper so they could get married, have a family. They would start their families young. But now, since we have technology, women are more independent. They feel like they got a whole decade or 2 decades to play around until they feel like they have to settle down. And so when they enter into relationships, their clock has slowed down, but the women's clock is still ticking because of childbearing years. So a lot of times women don't really want older men, they want mature men who are able to provide, protect, and provide for a family. So since men have taken a hiatus on you know their 20s and 30s to seriously consider settling down and marrying, women started to date older men because they were more mature and had the bank accounts to sustain a family and a household. So that's all. Uh-oh, Samara, sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So it's not that we prefer old men, it's we prefer mature men who are financially stable with some money in that bank account that's going to spend and want the same things. um, People get mad at you when you say you only date men who are successful, but they're not mad at you. They're mad at themselves because they're not successful or they're not dating a man who's successful. So who's really upset at who? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Mm, you date a man younger than you and you start to feel like you're getting tortured. You so silly. Um, so yeah, if more young men were serious about settling down and becoming financially secure and able to provide for a family, you would probably see a shift in women dating men their own age or, you know, around their own age. But you're not seeing that. So that's why you're seeing the trend rise of women dating older men. The topic was we want men, we don't need them as women. And a lot of men get confused that women don't need men, they want them. And when you want something, you have a checklist and standards versus when you need something, you'll take whatever you're given. So it's like if you go into the grocery store and you have a checklist of the ingredients you need to make a cake, right? And the grocery store is missing some items, but you got to have the ingredients to make a cake. So either you find a substitution or you go to another grocery store or you get all the ingredients that you can get and you go try to find it somewhere else. But if you just wanted to make a cake and you didn't have to make a cake, you don't need any of those things on your list and you can just go buy a cake or get something else or eat some, pie. I don't know, whatever. But at the same time, maybe it was somebody's birthday you got to make a cake for. If you didn't need it, then you wouldn't be as worried and you wouldn't be trying to scruffle and gather ingredients and hop from store to store to get them. So, like a lot of men don't realize that some women don't need you, they just want you. And if they just want you, they're not going to take what they can get. They're just going to go find it somewhere else as a whole, or like I said, in pieces, whichever. Um, when you have conversations with men, they always ask you if you have children. It's so annoying because I believe that's a personal question and it's none of their business. Well, ask them the same question. Do you have children? And most likely, when they ask you if you have children, they got kids. And most of the time, they will lie. So, or they'll try to change the subject on you. You said, should you get your own money and date who we want? Miss Lady Sprinkle Sprinkle. I'll say get your own money and date who can support you when you get married and are 9 months pregnant, so you don't have to go and work if you don't have to. Have the confidence enough in yourself to also want a stable man who can support you when you feel like you don't want to work. So That's my opinion. I don't want to get my own money and go date whoever I want, because if I date a Dusty and for some reason I can't do what I do anymore, and he can't hold up the household, then I'm going to regret it. You see what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be able to just date who I wanted. Well, actually, who I wanted would have money. So I guess if that's what you mean. So make your own money, date who you want, because who I want got money. Who I would want would have money. So it wouldn't be a Dusty. If I don't know if that makes sense. When you say who you want, I don't know if you meant whether they have money or not, because I'm not dating nobody that's broke. Sorry. Um, mhm. You cannot be in a relationship that can secure you. What do you want? If you don't want a man that can secure you, what do you want exactly? And see, a lot of times, like these men want these independent women who have all these careers and jobs and money making skills and stuff like that, but they don't want what comes with it. So, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I want me an independent woman who makes money and stuff like that, and da, 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 but you don't want what comes with it. Yeah, you got to remember that. If you a boss, you gonna be a boss everywhere you go, everywhere. Now, if we don't have to be a boss, if you don't need us to be a boss, then and we don't need to talk about our career, and we just do what we do, keep our money, whatever, whatever. When we let you handle business, handle bills, take us on vacation. We ain't got nothing to say, but thank you, honey. Thank you. You look good today, baby. Mm-hmm. What you want? What you doing? You're not gonna hear all the other stuff if you're in your full masculine. But if you require us to be, in our masculine, you're gonna get a lot of that masculine energy if we are forced to be in it. So, for example, when we come home, like let's say we work outside of the home or we have a career, or even if we work from the home, when it's time to shut off everything, like business wise, we want to feel feminine. We don't want to feel masculine and worry about what bills are being paid and, da 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 da. Or if, who's paying for the vacation, who's paying for the school clothes for the kids, who's paying for it. We don't have to worry about that. If you got it, we feel good, we feel feminine, we feel like we don't have to really worry about any of those things. So if you want that type of interaction between, masculine and feminine, you got to be the masculine. And if you want independent woman, that means she don't need you, she wants you. And when a woman gets to want something, she has standards, higher standards. Like, okay, you're gonna have to deal with my attitude. Okay, you're gonna have to deal with 18 red flags because I am a boss and I say what I want, do what I want, and I don't need you. I want you. There's a difference. Okay. And even if I did need you and want you at the same time, I still got options. So you gotta also think like that. The 18 red flags. Sure, why does this one word trigger the American woman? Submit. See, I just triggered. Submit doesn't mean that to me. Submit means when I submit all my bills to you, you pay them. Okay? Women will submit when they submit all them bills to you and you don't say a word. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's one of the 18 flags right there. I'll submit, but first let me submit these bills to you. Here you go. Submitting in process. You got this, baby. Okay. There's no submission without bill submission. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That don't trigger me. That when I hear submit, I'm like, where I submit these bills to? Okay. They don't trigger me. It just make me go scramble for these bills and hand them to you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Percy. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Mm, you want to submit this to the automatic payment? Uh-oh, exo trixo, sprinkle, sprinkle. Percy, you need to submit more money. Yep. You feel like your daddy issues make me attract a certain type of man. How do I change that? Attract all type of men, as long as they got money. Then you can have all type of issues. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's where the 18 red flags come from. Okay. Percy again, sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Percy. You had to admit that was a good one. Submit those invoices. I should have known I was going to lose this argument. You didn't lose. You just contributed to it. That's all. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thanks for the money. And it's not an argument. It wasn't an argument. We just told you what submit meant to us. We were discussing. It was a discussion. See, y'all always think a discussion is an argument. You give your perspective, I give mine. Hmm. So yeah, a lot of people want to blame stuff on daddy issues, but whenever you're in a relationship, these men want to call you baby, or when they're old and they're trying to give you money, that's a sugar daddy. So who really has daddy issues? Is it society? You know, and who has mommy issues? Do you hear a lot of these guys calling their wives and girlfriends ma or mommy or everybody got issues then. That's one of the 18 red flags. Get in line. You take my red flag, I take yours. Okay. We'll see who got the most red flags at the end because this ain't flag football, but it's something. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. Hmm. So you said my old lady. Exactly. My old lady, my mommy, mamacita, like baby. Like everybody got issues. They just don't realize it until somebody points it out. Mhm. Okay. You told guys men want a cripple. We can go to Six Flags with all these flags. Okay. So what I'm saying is like the mentality of the patriarchy hasn't adjusted to women wanting versus needing men. So they're still walking on the old path of how a woman needs a man. And just because a woman doesn't have a per se man doesn't mean she's not having a man. You know what I'm saying? It don't mean she don't have everything men offer. It just means she doesn't have one that she's claiming. You know what I'm saying? Like, because women can go out and get a man every day, a different one if she wants to. But to claim one and for one to claim her is what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Just like a man can go out and try to holler at a woman, get a woman, but that doesn't mean she's taken off the market or that she's his exclusively. And the difference is when a woman gets men or wants a man or has several men. She has one for a lot of different things. So you got one paying bill, you got one taking you shopping, you got one, doing this, you got one doing that. And so it's different for when men get a woman. I mean, what is this woman doing for you that this woman is not doing for you? You know, do you have those options? Are you benefiting? Is your bank account growing or is it being depleted? So a lot of times when a woman is single, she's still gaining. She's still getting what she needs. She still is able to have, a man, quote unquote, but she doesn't have one to claim or one that will claim her, but she's still reaping all the benefits. So you got to think about that. Women need to play the game because men sure do. And you can play the game as long as you want. The game continues even after marriage. It's when you stop playing the game and start playing your own game into getting what you want, and you're no longer playing with them anymore. That's when then they want to come over to your side and be like, well, what do you need? What do you want? What are you doing? That's when they're more interested, when you stop playing their games. Hmm. You said one that you have good conversation with and pays bills, on one that doesn't look old for dinner, one for shopping. Same, yeah, that's the normal list these days. Um, that's the norm. You said you believe in dating like men. They just date. They don't just date one, right? Okay. Hmm. Oh, Star Ruby in the house. Member in the house. Sprinkle supporting. Cool. Thanks all the members for supporting. Appreciate you guys. So a lot of men are always making comments and stuff under people's videos or threads. And I would never take any of those comments seriously, especially um, on these types of videos, because they're just trying to rile you up and get you upset. Um, it would be easier to respect someone's opinion that was in a different environment, or that was in person, because a lot of these men won't tell you this stuff to your face, but a lot of women will. A lot of women don't have a problem saying, I'm sorry, I can't date you because I need a man who's responsible financially. A lot of women don't have a problem saying that straight up to men's face, but a lot of men have a problem with saying, I'm not paying any of your bills, I'm not paying for your dinner, and I don't pay, bills, and I'm not gonna, and you gotta work while you 9 months pregnant. A lot of men can't say that in public because it's gonna ruin their chances of getting to the next level of the relationship or date too. So they're gonna sit there, pretend to agree with everything you say, and then, maybe later on they'll start saying stuff. But if they're saying it in the comments, ignore it, because they wouldn't be saying it to you in person. And so that's how I feel like, if you're not saying this to me in person because you think it's going to ruin your chance to get with me, then you don't even mean it in the first place, because you that you know bent on getting something when we know exactly what we want and we say what we want, and we're like, a lot of the women like me are just upfront with it. And I think that's a good trait to have. Like when you are dealing with a man and they already know what you're about. Yes, I like money. Yes, I like you to pay bills. Yes, I want you to do this. Yes, I mean, you got to do this. This is I like all of this. Yes, I like it. I think that's being very honest. Okay. What do I do if a man you've been dating denies our relationship because his girlfriend don't know about found out about me? Uh, that makes no sense because, okay, honestly, I wouldn't care if they denied my relationship because they had a girlfriend, because I would also have someone else, and I would probably be denying the relationship with them too. But if I was single and waiting on this person to acknowledge me because they don't have a girlfriend, you know, if that's who I wanted, I will go get it. Enough said. I mean, you want something? Go get it. What if a man wants to provide but works two low paying jobs? Then tell him to go get third. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. Three the charm. Go up his skills so he can get paid more on one of them other jobs. I don't know. IOBB sprinkle sprinkle. Ladies learn how to golf and play tennis. Okay. I know how to golf. I used to play tennis when I was little, but all that running around the court is too much work. Sprinkle sprinkle. How do you feel about women in the military? I feel that depending on why you joined, if you joined for a free education because that's what you want and there was no other way to get your education, um, I feel like if that was your only option, because a lot of times military is a lot of people's only option out of poverty. I feel get your 4 years in and get out, go do whatever the career they gave you for free was, and go get your money after that. That's how I feel about it. So get in and get out. Is it okay to date married men for money or material things? Is it okay to date as a married man and give women money and material things? Ask them because they sure doing it. Uh, like it's okay if they giving it. Um, how to freestyle correctly to minimize meeting men of means to maximize meeting men of means. It's a waste of time and money for me. Well, first of all, when you freestyle, go somewhere you like. Go somewhere where you're gonna have fun. So even if you do spend your own money, you had a good time. Second, go somewhere where whoever is there, you have something in common with. So that when you do meet someone, you're having fun and you have stuff in common and they got money. So go to a nice area where there's money, where the drinks cost a lot, and somewhere where you could meet someone with similar interests. And look good, and you're not going to meet someone every time. It's quality over quantity, so just remember that. Okay. Okay, I already read that one. um Sprinkle sprinkle, ladies, you got to date rich men, not dusties. Okay. Sure, glad I was able to catch you live. Sprinkle sprinkle. Hey, how you doing? Some stuff while you're what there. Yeah, like when I was younger, I used to go to fun places. So no matter what, I was gonna have a fun time. And so the added bonus would just be meeting somebody with money. Um, it's okay to date while plus size or wait till you get down small. Girl, I thought, you know what? The smallest I was, I still thought I was big, and I wasn't. So, you know, um, date according to how you feel. Like I was out there at all sizes. I did not care, but I could still pull. You know what I'm saying? Just go have fun. Don't worry about that. You might not pull the richest thing in the room, but you can get some drinks and food paid for at least. You can have a good time on the house, do something, get out there, build your confidence level up. You need a reason to want to keep going. Hmm. Yep. You see them with big girls too, especially country guys. Yeah. You fell in love on the date, but he will never call back, I'm afraid. How you fall in love on a date? Sprinkle, sprinkle. I read in the Bible, Eve gave Adam the apple, and that lady Delilah cut Samson's hair, and he lost his strength. Women are beautiful, but why the downside? Um, okay. Well, think about this. If you're going to read the Bible, who was the first villain in the Bible? Sprinkle, sprinkle. No long nails, no neon colorful hair. Be classy. Okay, BB, sprinkle, sprinkle. You said, like, who was the first villain in the Bible? Like, the first person that was a villain. Okay, like there was no villains until someone committed murder. Everybody else was just disobeying. That's not being a villain. So everybody else just wasn't having it and was unbothered. Okay. Nobody was a villain until somebody committed murder. Y'all looking at it wrong. So if your children had made the same choice, when you told them not to do something and they did it, are they the villain? You blaming everything on them because they did something you said not to do? No. But if one of them killed somebody, then that's a different story. So the first villain in the Bible was not Eve. She just did not listen, as most women don't. They do what they want. Okay. Now, who thought in their right mind they could tell a woman what to do anyway? Y'all know that wasn't gonna happen. All right. All right. Now, who thought that was gonna work? Nobody. All right. But it did work on Adam. So what have we learned? Okay. We don't listen, but men will. You tell them what to do, and they'll do it. Try to tell a woman what to do, she gonna do the opposite, right? That's why you don't tell women what to do to this day. Because you know we will go and do the exact opposite because you try to tell us what to do. Yeah, men will do what they told because they know they ain't gonna get none if they don't. Most of the time, as long as if you find it, the garden wasn't that big, so But if he could get away with it, he might have did it, which he tried to sneak go do it, but then he got caught. Then he got caught. She didn't get caught, and he had to point the finger, blame it on her. Mm-hmm. See, we slick. But anyway, moving forward. Um, that Eve said she had options, baby. She said, "Sprinkle, sprinkle. Uh-oh, nurse. Atty, sprinkle, sprinkle. Appreciate that. What would you say to convince a retired man who's almost 60 and has doubts of dating a younger 28-year woman? He's so insecure and it's annoying. He has money and I'm above his league." Um, I wouldn't say anything to convince him. I would say, "Well, I wish we could have known what this would, you know, turn into, but obviously you want an older woman, and I have to respect that." Girl, he gonna be calling you soon. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Exit, like, just say, "You know what? I hope you find someone closer to your own age, but I really would have liked to seen where this was going." He'll call you. Every time you go on dates, he always questions if I'm having a good time or not. Well, you gotta act like you having a good time. Girl, you don't you know how to pretend and act like rub on him and stuff? Like, "Ooh, you smell so good. Ooh, I'm hold his hand." Girl, you gotta know how to do the thing. Hold his hand, look into his eye, smell him, like, "Ooh, you smell good." Hold his hand, smile real big. That way he don't constantly be insecure. If you just standing next to him, he gonna feel like, he paying for it, which he should be, but still, he gonna feel like it. The key is to get him not to feel like it, okay? Like he paying for it. Okay? Told a man told you he doesn't want to date after 1 month to focus on his goals. Good for him. You know, that's a nice way of saying he don't want to deal with you. Focus on your goals too, then. Okay. How to avoid and spot predator men. I don't know like what you mean by predator men, but I would definitely say, look for the red flags. Okay. Sure, if a woman attracts down low men, what does it mean? It means they were really good at being on the down low. Or it means that she likes that person's personality and maybe was looking past the down low part. Or especially if they did not like, I don't know, are y'all meeting online or in person? Like if you met someone online, it's kind of hard to tell when people are online if they down low or not. But if you're meeting someone in person, you may be able to tell or you may be able to sense it if you are paying attention. Okay. How to respond to a very flirty man with Cash App. Sprinkle, sprinkle. What if he works too much and doesn't meet your needs emotionally? Then that's what the other dudes are for. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. Your sister husband is a provider, good guy. He is dumb financially and has terrible credit score. They have a little girl, but she's tired of him. What should she do? She's 30 and very beautiful. Um, hire someone that knows how to financially stabilize that issue. Um, or let someone else handle the money. But either way, whoever's not handling it correctly needs to allow someone else better at handling to handle it. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. Mm-hmm. Sprinkle, sprinkle. What's my favorite color? I have so many. Mhm. Yeah, y'all know what to do when stuff start acting up. Don't act like y'all don't know what to do. You panic, then figure it out. Tell me y'all know what to do. Let's see how smart and common sense people have. Okay. Let's see. All right. Thank you. Y'all don't call 911. All right. So, yeah, wanting versus needing. Wanting means we have more options and more standards. Needing is we'll take less because we need. So, y'all just think about that. And if you're a man and you want a woman to need you, then you better have exactly what she needs and continuously supply it. Okay? You're still, you said what? How to maintain power? By maintaining power. Power for you comes from within. You maintain your ability to feel powerful, to act powerful, and you will always have it. All right. Y'all have any questions about needing versus wanting? It's kind of like needing a job versus wanting a job. Y'all know y'all act stupid on them jobs y'all don't need, be coming in late, getting fired on purpose because your birthday is on, the next day versus needing a job because you got to pay bills and make deadlines and stuff like that. So it's the same way. Needing versus wanting. If you're at a job you don't need, your boss cannot cuss you out. If you're at a job you don't need, you're not going to take it seriously. If you're at a job you definitely don't need, you're not going to care to get there on time, or you're not going to put it as a priority. You're just not. If you're at a job you absolutely need, then you're going to put that as a priority, and you'll take any salary they throwing out at you, even if you deserve a raise and da, 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 da. But when you don't need it, you like, you know what, I ain't coming in tomorrow because it's my birthday. Um, and if I'm fired, I'm fired. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be like that. What's my attachment style? Cash App at there we go. Mm. How do you show your man that he's just a want, even though you low key need him? Have options. That way, you really don't low key need him. Or, you know, make sure that you know that if you do need him, you can need someone else and get him still. What if the woman is poor and broke, so the guy feels like she has to wave a broke guy, to have a broke guy, because you've heard guys say that before. Well, them guys were stupid, and I don't know why you listen to them. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Two brokes don't make anything but broker. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. What if two men find out they're supporting you and try to gang up on you? What if two women find out men are dating both of them and try to gang up on him? What then? Introduce them to each other. I don't know what to tell you. Light bill. This is car note. Okay. Shira, you are thinking to meet some investors for your business, that you are looking for an investor to make friend, rich friends. Girl, if you ain't invested in yourself and getting your own money, I don't know about it, baby. Get your own money. Invest in yourself. Get your own money. Maybe if you have a man who's giving you money, let him give you some money and invest it into yourself. Do whatever you got to do. But at the same time, honestly, if you can't touch it, if you don't own it, if it's not building your legacy, then why? I'm not bothered with it. hmm Go where rich go, hang like them. You said, Shira, you keep forgetting to stop sending long sentimental messages to men who don't appreciate it. Any advice for me? You do it because the man and you seem to get along and you forgot. Write a message to someone else who's always bothering you and send it to them instead. They may not understand, they might not get it, but at least you sent it to someone else that might care. But at the same time, sometimes like when you are, typing so much, it's like sometimes people type how they talk, and or they over explain things because they think the person won't understand, or I don't know, but just just be more simple minded, I guess, because that's what a lot of men like. Be more simple minded. What to do if one of your boyfriends want to be exclusive? Drop him. Give him the rest of the bills. Sprinkle, sprinkle. They can be exclusive. They can be exclusive to all your bills. Yeah. All right. Imagine going to a Shira level up school if you never miss a class. Oh, that's so cute. Y'all are toxic, and so is the alcohol and stuff y'all be buying at the liquor store, hanging out with y'all flip flops on. What else, Ty? So them orange hot Cheetos y'all be stuffing down y'all throats. Okay. Don't look at me. So is that GMO weed y'all be smoking? Don't look at me. So are them vapes y'all be inhaling? So is that McDonald's y'all be in line for? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Get in line. That's one of the 18 red flags. Okay, y'all gonna discriminate now? Why now? Why start now with us? And start with everything else. Yeah, I need to make a list. Go to Whole Foods tomorrow instead of get y'all a bag of hot Cheetos. Drink some filtered water or spring water. Y'all toxic. Okay, so is your diet. And but you eat that up every day. How you doing? All right. No one wants to be stuck in poverty. Do something about it. Exactly. So yeah. We don't take insults over here, darling. You're in the wrong place. Um, yes, I'm toxic like everything else surrounding you. At least you know. Just like all those commercials with all the side effects of the drugs that they're trying to sell you. Just like all of that, everything you touch, basically. You said, so is the radiation from your phone, so is the microwave food that you eat. Where do we stop and where do we start? I don't know. And that's another thing. When someone says that you're toxic, what are they trying to tell you? That they don't have the stamina to process you? That's all that means to me. You don't have the stamina to process this, that's not my problem. You say sugar is toxic? Okay. What, they don't have the immune strength to withstand you? Exactly. Don't have what it takes. That's because y'all be doing too many other toxic stuff. Y'all body can't filter out the other toxic stuff. If you weren't doing all that other toxic stuff, you'd be able to handle it. Toxic to them means they need to use extra energy. I don't know. I'm just saying, y'all stop calling people toxic. No one's toxic. Do you think calorie deficit really works for weight loss? Ask them starving people over there. I don't know. They look like it's working for them. All right. Percy, sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm learning a lot about women in the comments section. Y'all are some interesting creatures. I'm taking notes. So notes? You got your level up pen, Percy? Sprinkle, sprinkle. I hadn't seen an order come from you yet, Percy, on my level up store. We sell pens. We got fountain pens. You can buy you a writing pen over there so you can take your notes. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Appreciate that. So yeah, watching and eating are two different things. Make sure y'all understand that. And the sad thing is, just when a lot of men get very comfortable, sometimes the women decide that they don't want them anymore or need them. So that's why I say sometimes you have to make sure that you're providing and giving and living up to the standards of that woman, because at any time it could be gone. Why? Because if she's there and she wants you but doesn't need you and you're not doing the things that she wants, then why she doesn't need to be there. Okay. Nightclub is free for women on Tuesdays, Thursdays. They pay 500. What? That's expensive. Good for you. Or $5. I hope that says $5. Say what club is 500? Where that at? Okay. I've never heard of that, but hey, if that's a thing. You said nothing much to learn, D staff. Well, I'm sorry you can't absorb knowledge as well as Percy can, but do your best. Your nightclub is the chat room, Shira. Yeah, it is. Hang on. Who buying me drinks tonight? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Give me my money. Cash app too. All right. Let me see my cash app. Who's sending me a cash app? Okay. No one sent me a cash app. Oh my gosh, I must not be doing well. Um. No, y'all good. Y'all good. I'm messing with you. Do you ladies go out alone? Of course. How to be the damsel without being needy. Just allow yourself to mention things that he could help with if he chooses to. And if he doesn't choose to, it shows how much he likes you or not. So it could be something simple like let's say you want him to pick you up from somewhere or give you a ride somewhere or um, take you to run an errand because your car is going to be in the shop or your friend or somebody's going to borrow it. See if he'll do something of service for you or offer to pay for your transportation or whatever. If not, he's not trying to help you. Should I ask him for a budget for your birthday gift? No, just tell him what you want. And if he can't afford it, then don't act extra super surprised when you get it. It's like, oh, thank you so much. I like it. Don't like if it's nice to give, be happy for it, but tell him what you want first because you just might get it. Mhm. Why do you think people who are rude or don't like you get nicer when you return the same energy? Because they realize that you ain't the one. Sprinkle, sprinkle. They respect you for it. Mm-hmm. Percy silly. Um, car tire is another regular man on here. Oh, you mean like a dusty dude? He be trying to throw insults and say silly stuff. Yeah, y'all crazy. Y'all keep it colorful though. Mm-hmm. Said nice people aren't respected. I know. You try to give the benefit of the doubt. You try to be nice to the people that you want to be nice to. But sometimes you just can't be nice to people because they don't even appreciate it. It's like, okay, well, I guess you like me too. So here we go. When is the earliest that a damsel story should be used? First or second date? um, should a man get a woman's nails done? Is it a must? You talk about them long clickety clack nails? Um, no, you should just be able to get money and do whatever you want with that money. It doesn't have to be specifically for nails. You can say, I need some money, and they'll give you the money, and then you go do whatever you need to do with it. You don't need to tell them they're for anything in specifics. He just should be able to give to you what you need. She's like, I have to go run some errands. I need some money. I'm not getting ready to tell them I need some nail money. I mean, are we in high school? Is this, we at the corner store? No. Um, what deities do I work with now? Cash and app. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. No, I say cash and app. PayPalia. And cash and app. Um, a man asked you if you needed hair and nail money. I said no. I need some real money. I would have upped the price and said, yeah, I need about 1,000. Well, I'm expensive. I might as well throw in an outfit. Shoot. Shira, is it good to ask Uber money on the first date? They should offer it if you tell them that you're gonna have to take an Uber. Like, oh, I'm gonna have to Uber to that. Oh my gosh. I wonder how far it is from where I live. Like, act like you're concerned about the distance because you're concerned, kind of play into the distance part, and they'll know you're talking about the money. And then if they offer to pay, like, oh, well, I'll reimburse you when you get here, or, how much do you need? I'll cash out you some money. Let them know that you're going to need a Uber and how far it is and things like that. Hmm. Listen, if you don't pay, you don't go. Okay. You keep attracting dusty, dirty men. You don't know what you're doing wrong. Probably nothing. Dust is attracted to everything. Sprinkle, sprinkle. It's just that, do you allow it to gather? Girl, get you some pledge and some feather dusters and some Swiffers and keep dusting it off. It said dust is attracted to everything. It's hard to get rid of dust unless you're in a dust free environment. Okay. Your man keeps trying to make you hang and go over his mom's house. You don't want to because of the way she is. How do I avoid going? Um, just tell him you'll meet him somewhere else. Hmm. In his own house, perhaps when he gets one. Do you know? Muslim doctors wants to marry you. He's 30, but 29. You're 29, but you're graduating as a pharmacist. Make 120K. Do I settle for him or go for older with more money? Um, y'all are so young. Well, he's 29. Well, honestly, in my opinion, if he's ready to settle down at that young of an age, and so are you, make sure he's making more money than you, and that if you should get pregnant, that you can quit your job and stay home because if you're a pharmacist, you're not going to be able to handle certain drugs while you're pregnant anyway. So you might as well see that if he's able to provide if you should get pregnant. If not, then wait. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Tell him that. Say, no, you need to be making way more money than me, at least twice as much as me. So you need to be out of debt so that if I do get pregnant, then I'm staying home and putting my feet up and ordering food and watching all the good shows on TV while you out there protecting and providing. Okay? If not, we can't do this. Toodaloo. Okay. He said young doctors have so much debt. Well, maybe he's not in debt. If he ain't in debt, then great. But don't go in there contributing half of anything. That's your money. You keep it, or because you could be living by yourself and dating. Okay. Um, and what if he doesn't finish school and all this kind of stuff because he's depending on your check? Yeah, have my money and have my options where I don't have to work before you say I do. That's it. Uh-huh. You're not. You said, did that stand for dusty stuff? Oh my gosh. Y'all are so silly. Make it, silly. Hard to find reasonable women. It is. You know why it's hard to find reasonable women? Because like a lot of women want stuff that y'all don't want yet. Y'all are behind like 10 years. Like if you ask a woman what she wants, it's going to be a lot of stuff on her list that you don't even think about yet. Like I want a provider, a man who can provide. Da, 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 da. I want somebody who's gonna pay all these bills. I want to go on vacation every year, and for him to pay for it. I want the option whether I have to work or not. I want somebody who's gonna be a good daddy. I want somebody that, is considerate of my feelings and have something in common with, interesting. Da 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 da. Not out there, trying to hook up with everything, moving in a skirt or pants. I don't know, but like that's a reasonable woman compared to you know, um, what you think a reasonable woman should be. A reasonable woman to you should, contribute and pay 50-50 and, be a roommate, mama, nurse, cook, nanny. That's not a reasonable woman. That is an employee that has a long job description and is underpaid. Okay. So y'all need to realize that. That's not reasonable anymore. That's atrocious. If you want somebody to pay half the bills and do the job of three people, then y'all need to go way back in time to somebody ugly and desperate. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle, or make y'all way over to Pig Misha's house. Either way, Shira has he has his own home, but his mom lives close to him, and she wants me to hang out. He wanted me to hang out with him mama. Um. Well, tell him to give y'all some money to go shopping. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Your mama want to go shopping. Give her some money. You want me to take her to where I shop. So we don't need extra. I think a man should pay for any and everything, but people say that I'm delusional. How is that? Okay, so here's the delusion. A man thinks that a woman should give it up for free. Now that's delusional. Like, okay, what do you want? You got to do this, this, and that. Um, you got to pay these bills. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to come here. You got to do this. That's more delusional. I think you're gonna get some for free. And you know, if you're paying for something, if you don't have money and and find stuff to do that your friends will pay for, you look like you got money at least. Go to dinner parties where they're serving free drinks and champagne and whatever food. I don't know. How to know if a man truly likes you? When he makes time for you, that's how you know. He makes time for you. He checks on you, make sure you okay, make sure you got what you need. Da, 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 da. You you will never be asked any kind of 50-50 question on the golf course. Just saying, okay. And when he cares about not hurting your feelings. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's nice. Like I think it's cool when a man doesn't hurt your feelings because like I think a lot of times if a man hurts a woman's feelings, they probably know the wrath of that, and so they don't even do it. It's like, oh no, we ain't falling for that. Okay, doke again. Right. Is it bad to help a man with his divorce? Like tell him where to go get a divorce from or what lawyer's office to go to? That's about it. That's all you could direct him to the lawyer's office. Mhm. You said leftover women. Well, you eating your mama's leftovers every night because you can't afford to go out to eat. So, whatever. Your mama's a leftover woman who making you leftover food because you can't afford to go out to eat or take nobody else out to eat. So, what you complaining for? Shoot. Okay. You know you ate some leftovers tonight. All right. No, honestly, anybody who has to demean a woman and put a woman down saying she's leftovers or something like that, obviously they like leftovers. And sprinkle, sprinkle. Uh-oh. Yoshi, sprinkle, sprinkle. Hi, Shira. What's up? What's my perspective on women historically taking husband's surname? Is it counteractive on this journey to reawakening the divine feminine? Since words and names carry energy signatures, is it subtle patriarchy bondage? Yeah, I think if you don't put like if you hyphenate or put two last names or just combine the names together, that might be better. But I was just too lazy to change my last name. That's just being lazy. I want to change over all my documents. Why I gotta do all the work? I think if somebody gotta change their name, we just pick a whole new name, one we like. Like I gotta change my name, well, why don't you change yours too? How about we just come up with something new? I think that should be the new thing. Like when people get married, instead of the woman taking the husband's name, y'all just go make up a new name or find a new name. Y'all both change your name because why she got to go through all the paperwork and changing her credit cards over and all that bank crap and driver's license and all that kind of stuff. No, you gonna do it too. If I gotta do it, you gotta do it. Or otherwise, I ain't doing it. You said you will for a rich man. Yeah, he'll pay someone to take care of all of that for me. Now I won't have to worry about it. Um, and I'm still gonna spell it different. All right. Asking a man to get nails and feet done is as a must makes me look broke. For asking for $1,000 or errands make me look like I have high standards. Um, I'm not asking no man for no hair and nail money. It just sounds ratchet. I'm just asking for some money. What I choose to do with that money is up to me. You know what I'm saying? Do you believe it's healthy or good for a couple to have date nights to keep spice in it? If they can get along enough to have a date night. Mhm. And it also depends on the relationship. Some relationships don't really need date night. Some relationships are as they are, and some need date night, some don't. Hey, Sprinkle Sprinkle, how you doing? He says, hi, Sue. You're asking for lifestyle money. Okay. He said, why do men ask for the pics of food you cooked? So they can see if you can cook? I wouldn't be sending nobody's no food pics. I'd find a cookbook or I screenshot somebody's food on the internet and that's what they getting. I'm not finna do all that pick Misha stuff. That's silly. I mean, if I should happen to have a cooking video up or if I posted a picture of the food I already ate, and they're curious to see more, that's different. But if you ain't post no food, if you're not the type of person that posts food and they ask you to send them a picture of food, that's kind of weird. You know what I mean? Or they're trying to see if you really cooked it or if you posting pictures from the internet. Sometimes people try to call you out like you think that good. What does it mean when a guy is with you the day after his wedding? It means he wished he would have married you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Send him. That means he married out of convenience. What do you do if the man who pays your bills gets on your nerves and you don't really get along? Allow him to continue paying your bills and find a way to occupy yourself so he don't get on your nerves. Okay. You said you're going to invest in tiny home communities for single, unwanted older women. You're going to be a millionaire. Okay. Most women won't want a tiny home because most women probably have children or plan to have children. And if they're older, they'll probably live with their children because they actually have people that want them in their lives and care for them. Unlike maybe you should start one for single men who got divorced and lost it all. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You might make a better profit. Okay. Those homes are more likely for men because we got too much stuff. We need the closet space. We'll find a way. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Um, you never get tired of my comebacks, Shira. Oh my gosh, they're just true though. Sprinkle, sprinkle. What old woman gonna buy a tiny home? Oh, I think I want a tiny home. Yes, all my junk that I collected over the years, it's not gonna fit up in there. That closet is way too small. I'm gonna need a big kitchen to cook my Thanksgiving dinners for my families. All my children and grandchildren, they can't fit up in that tiny home. Why don't you call my ex-husband or my ex-baby daddy? He living in the garage apartment in somebody's backyard. He might want it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Uh-oh, love wins. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. They be trying, but they fail every time. They don't think. That's why, like, sometimes you gotta connect the dots for men because they don't really think about the details. They're not very detail oriented. That's why they be getting caught cheating all the time because they don't know how to create the storyline. They don't know how to. They don't see the details. They don't fine tooth comb things. They don't understand that a woman would never really do that unless she did it on her own and wanted to get away. Okay, it's like what? You said what family? All them kids, all them grandkids, all them cousins and nieces. Okay, you know the ones that the men ran away from, went to the milk stove for, never came back. All of them. The ones that grew up and made it regardless. They're not gonna put their mom in no tiny home. That's where y'all go, sir. Y'all go to the apartments in the tiny home. We don't go. We don't do that. All right. Mamas are taken care of. Okay. Mamas get to go to the big mansion, the nice house. The kids, let them live there and all that kind of good stuff. That's where mamas go. The tiny homes and garage apartment are for old single men who got kicked out because they was chasing after something that was only trying to get their money. All right, sprinkle, or couldn't afford their child support, so they had to hop hop the state line and go live where they could under the radar. I don't know, but that sound more like y'all than us. Somewhere he could pay for, somewhere he could pay rent by getting paid under the table. Don't keep me going. I'll keep going. You said Americans are hilarious. America is hilarious. You're right. I'm laughing at the whole situation, but sadly a lot of this is true for some people. Okay. Your credit got to check out for one of them tiny home rentals too. So, you owe child support, you might have to go ahead and stick with that garage apartment. In some old lady's backyard connected to her house. Okay. There you go. I'm done. What would you do if he treats you like a princess with respect and love, but is not really rich? Oh, that is so sweet. What am I going to do with that? When bill paying time comes. No. Oh, thank you for treating me nice. Now here's some bills. Treat these nice too while you pay them. Honestly, treating me nice is making sure I have everything I want and need. Basic needs are met. I don't have to want or struggle or worry or think about anything. I have to feel safe and secure. Okay? Otherwise, I'm not being treated like a princess because a princess don't worry about no money. Should you ever help build a man? If he's a robot and he comes in a box with parts and instructions, and you into that kind of stuff, maybe. But if you're talking about helping a man financially, no. That was his mother's job. If she didn't complete it, that's not your fault. You're done. Okay? Mother and father's job if he had a daddy. I don't know. Should you let a man take care of you when you're feeling ill? If they can afford it, of course. They better if they gonna if they want to be claimed. Shoot. You date this 65-year-old very briefly who said he thought you was 19. Oh my goodness. Why pour your energy to another grown human? Build yourself. Exactly. So yeah, we don't build people. Unless they're a robot. Things are starting to get more serious. You've been lying about your age. We have been together over a year now. When should I conclude? And just tell them all when to lie about their age. Just tell them you lie to everybody about your age. It's not a big deal. All right, there you go. Just like own it. Don't care. Be unbothered by it. It's not a problem unless you underage. All right. Men don't men usually help women, not us doing that. Seems masculine. Mm-hmm. You said you forgot you've been lying about your name? Say that's your nickname. Yeah, that's what your friends and close family call you. Don't y'all know how to lie? Y'all don't know how to lie, but y'all don't know how to lie. Okay. Y'all, if y'all gonna lie, y'all have to know how to lie. Oh, what's your name? Such and such. Oh, that's what my friends call me. What? And that was my maiden name, or that's my dad's last name. I don't like to use my mom's last name, or vice versa. That's my mom's last name. I don't like my dad's last name, so I go by this. But legally, I haven't been able to change it yet. I don't know. Should I keep it? Yes, I'll keep it. Do you like it? I'm afraid people don't like it. Do you like it? I love it. I love everything about you. I love the beautiful name. Oh, thank you. I guess I'll start using it then. You said he ignored your text for a day. Do you ghost him for a month? I mean, I don't know. Are y'all together? Are y'all a couple? Because it's okay to ignore someone's um, text if y'all aren't technically together. But if you keep texting and things like that, and there's no response, then perhaps just give it a break. You went on Bumble to see what it's like. Okay, good for you. You said y'all need good mushroom. Is that what you tell your mother when she acts like she is not happy or satisfied with her current whoever? If you got one, that is just terrible. You said you gonna be malignant like y'all broads be. That's why your name Jermaine and not Michael. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'll be bad at my mom's like, why you name me Michael? Why I gotta be Jermaine? Sprinkle, sprinkle. You say you are a man's true type if you don't have to help build with him. Exactly. Like if they're not asking you to give anything or contribute anything, that's because that's the type of woman they really want. If they asking you for stuff, you ain't the one, baby. You just the helper until they can get to the one. Um, anyway, you actually did BFF first just to see what it was like, but I'm too scared to keep going. What's that mean? Never tell a man your job. Okay. Unless they met you at your job. Dang, too late. Or you met them at their job. Okay. Never tell a man your job. Never. That's kind of hard when they meet you at the job or you getting off work and they're like, "Mhm." But if you can avoid it, avoid it. Mhm. You've made the mistake of telling men what you do, and it always blows up in my face. Mhm. Well, sometimes men, they just like to know you're not doing anything shady, but, don't give them the financial detail. How to stop being a scared wimp at 21. You're 21. Go out and experience and have fun. You said you make angels and Shira is one of them. You got food. How to see how stable you are in life, maybe. To see how stable you are in life. A woman didn't have to be stable. That's if a man is approaching her, he got to be stable. That's not a question a man asks a woman. If you coming into her life, you need to be coming in there to make it better. If you need to know if she's stable because you ain't stable, then keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? If you coming into a woman's life, make it better. Don't make it worse. If you ain't making it better, keep moving. If you're not coming with your hand out for them bills, then keep moving. If you're not coming to make the life better, then keep it moving. Stop asking her how much she make and if she's stable or not. Ask yourself that. Are you stable enough for a woman? Are you stable enough to have a family right now? Are you stable enough to even date? Are you stable enough to even go to the restaurant she pick out? Don't ask her, ask yourself. If she ain't approaching you, she mentally stable because she ain't trying to date no Dusty. How about that? So, yeah, they're trying to find out if you stable enough for the both of y'all. Oh, no. If you have to ask, you can't afford. That's how it is. If you got to ask, you can't afford. Keep it moving. It's called standards, yes, for the woman, not the man. hmm It's like, okay, like in a man's mind, if you see a woman and that's the one you like, you want to date her, you want to see what she's about, the first thing you ask her is not about her job or her career or nothing like that, because that shows that you're broke or that you need help or that you're looking for a barber the builder. That's terrible on your side. You ask her that way later after you done spent some money just out of curiosity. That way, she's dated you long enough to know that you can afford to take her to nice restaurants, that you drive a decent car, that you ain't got evicted, and all this kind of. You don't live with your mother. Uh, da 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 da. That means she has dated you long enough to see that you are financially stable. But if you come straight out asking her that, it makes her feel like you're broke or you need help or something. hmm You said men have standards for women too. What? They breathing? You put a mirror under their nose, see if it's still breathing. What standards? Because by the look of it, I don't think so. A lot of these dudes don't have no standard. Some of the standards is, do you have a tax check? Can I flip? Can I claim your kids? What's their name? Some of them standards are not standards at all. Okay. Here's y'all standard. Do y'all have some kids I can claim? Can I flip your tax check? Can I stay with you till I get on my feet? Are those the standards you're speaking Would you like some mushrooms? Do you like mushrooms? Is that one of them standards? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. What are your standards? You said, why would a man ghost you and turn around and text you from a different number? Because that's how ghosts work, baby. Y'all don't know how to. Do you? Hmm. No, that's how ghosts work. They're not. They're ghosting one aspect of you, not the whole thing. So you lucky. They ain't totally disappeared. They, you know. Do rich men have standards? I'm sure they do. Ray Sprinkle Sprinkle. Grr. Do they call you Rabies? Is that your nickname? Sprinkle Sprinkle. Thank you. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just in a silly mood. Um, should men of character have standards? I wouldn't do anything for any of y'all. Couldn't exactly. At least you honest. Keyword couldn't. Sprinkle sprinkle. He said he couldn't do anything. He couldn't or wouldn't do. Well, at least you know you can't. It's, honesty will take you a little further. At least you got an honest Dusty over here. Okay. You get 2 points for that. Y'all don't respect men in y'all's lives. Well, when we see one worth respecting, we will. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Believe me. You said men need to earn respect. It's like, honestly, like the standards are set so high for men these days because women don't need them. So that's another part of this video. Like, in order to earn that respect, you almost got to be like just all of that, or just decent and not always trying to say negative things about women. If you want us to respect you, give us something to respect. I don't know, men try to say the same thing. Give us something to respect. Give us something to respect. Um, and women have to respect themselves as well in order for men to be able to you respect them. But men have to respect themselves for women to respect them. If you're not able to provide and seriously date a woman, and things like that, then don't say you are. Just be like, okay, well, we're gonna have a drink and I'll see you never, and that's gonna be that. And pay for them drinks and don't try to get no phone number and be gone. If you want to see her again, pay for them drinks, pay for that food, make sure she got home safe, text the next day, ask her out again. Respect, make sure you have some money, make sure your car is decent, make sure, you know, you make her feel like she wants to feel. That's all. Oh, Flavia, Sprinkle Sprinkle, thank you for the service to us all. Thanks for saving you from a pick me life. Since following you, you live in abundance. All right. Sprinkle Sprinkle. Appreciate that. Thank you for the donation. How do you get a man you're seeing to buy a bigger house before I marry him? You're 51, he's 67, girl. Wait, he's 67? Perhaps you just need to wait. Maybe the real estate price will increase and you could sell it and get the insurance money in a few years. I don't know. But if he see if he wants to move, and if he doesn't, then make sure the value of the home is going up, at least. Okay. You know you get more attention from older men when your hair is natural as opposed to braids or something. Okay. How do you deal with women trying to sabotage relationships? Honestly, if they're trying to sabotage relationships, to me, it won't happen because they're trying to sabotage relationships. I don't know what to tell you. It's kind of like you can't sabotage a relationship. The man either gotta want you or he don't. That's it. There you go. Why would a man who appears to have money want to bully an attractive woman? Tax return. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Correct. You don't act on the feelings. Tax returns, rentals. I don't know what to tell you. You said I should be in bed and this time of night, them dusties gonna get us. What time is it? I don't even know what time it is. Oh, okay, I'll get off soon. But I usually go to bed later than this in the summertime. But I'll get off soon. Mhm. But yeah, honestly, a lot of people um, forgot that if you want, I guess the best dynamic between man and woman right now is if a man is sensitive to what a woman likes and wants, because she already has what she needs, but be what she likes, wants, and needs, and you're gonna win. If you're not what she likes, wants, and needs, then she's gonna make options, or she's not going to need you. And when she doesn't get what she wants, she's not gonna want you either. So, and the same thing for women. Like when men say, "Oh, I don't need you, I don't want you," da, 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 that's perfectly true. But at the same time, women don't really have an issue with beating men. So it's not as much of an issue. They can just go out looking cute, put on a dress and some lashes and get free food for the night, phone number, taken out on a date next week. Like that's very easy for a lot of women to do. But it may not be the type of man that she wants, but like I said, she don't need them. That's the difference. Um, you said you only get approached online and not in real life. Well, maybe you're not going to the right places. Like if you only go, around your area and, in your comfort zones, sometimes you're not going to attract the type of man you're trying to get. You gotta go get out there, baby. But, sometimes you just go where you can. But when you're serious, you'll find a way. When you're serious about that, you'll venture out. You said no matter where you go, no man speaks to you? Girl, where you going? The gay club? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Mm. You need to change your attire. Figure out what they gonna holler at. Okay. No. Where do you live? Hold on. Let me see. You said Miami and Fort Lauderdale. Girl, all them fake booties. You better go somewhere else where the silicone rate is down. All right. Try somewhere where people are not plastic surgery experiments everywhere. Go somewhere where there's more natural looking women, unless you wanted them plastic surgery experiments. Try to find somewhere where everybody hasn't been done. You might have better luck. Okay. Mm, what? You said good idea. You said the Midwest. I'm just being honest. Like, if you consider booty, I mean, if you consider drink on everybody's booty and everybody got flotation devices, find somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? You need to go to the smaller parts of the town, or like to smaller surrounding towns where people still got money. Maybe to like a retirement community where they got money, boats and stuff. Go over there, get out of the towns where everybody is not 100% human. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. There you go. You said country life. Sure, what if a man says he always busy working and doesn't do much for fun? Well, I know one thing that men think is fun. And if he think it's gonna lead to that, he'll figure that. And he'll do whatever you want to lead to his fun. How you doing? Sprinkle, sprinkle. He said girls just want to have fun. Y'all silly. It's easy to get a man, not a lot of SBs here. Okay. Is it normal for a man to be rude to you because you're younger than him? Maybe he's just old and cranky, girl. Maybe he got arthritis. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Make those pain meds kick in. Get him some Bengay. Aspirin, girl. That's what I'll be like. You need some aspirin? Your pain meds kicked in yet? You got arthritis? Is it the weather? Is it gonna rain soon? Icy hot. Yeah, I feel it. You get your Metamucil in. Anyway, I'm not taking it personally. I know, look, there's something wrong. It's not me, it's you. I know which one of them side effects you got from the medications you on. Well, come on. Okay. Anyway, that's why you can't really take a lot of stuff that people do seriously, because you don't know what's happening. Like, if someone is rude or mean to you, you don't know what's going on. You can't just assume that they're just being rude or mean. They could be having an allergic reaction, swelling, near death. You all know them side effects on them drug commercials. Anyway. Hmm. You said you have two sugars. One wife passed recently, the other was put in hospice. You've been supportive and reach back when they reach out to you. I honestly don't know how to move forward with them and when. Two sugar daddies? One wife passed recently and the other was put in hospice. Girl, they got insurance. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You might y'all both might get ready to get paid. We learned from the men to be ruthless. A lot of us work this way, but we had to learn quick. Exactly. Is I mean, men can't be mad at what they have forced women to become. Oh, thank you, sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm gonna call you Gigi. I don't know if you want your name out there like that, but thank you for the cash app. Love you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. We learned from the men to be ruthless. That's right. You said they got that insurance ready. Okay. Cut the check. When they complain, when they can't get a woman, and we go for rich men now. Oh no. Men created this environment, y'all are leaders, remember? Sure, my best friend or your boyfriend just dumped you after he got promoted on his job and claims he can't make time for me. You are so hurt. Then call up to that job, baby. You know what to do. Y'all too nice. Hello. What would Medea do? Um, if you can get another one and a better one, then go do that. But if he wasted your time and energy and if you just real mad at him, just call up there in a little bit. He gonna have time for you soon. He didn't take you seriously if he got a new job, he didn't take you seriously. Just let him get his new job or go get somebody that don't have to get new jobs all the time, who got a stable career that's making a lot of money. And go find one of them who got time and money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. There you go. Oh, say he was promoted on his job. Okay. Well, to manager? Really? Wow. Girl, where the owner at? Go date the owner. Find out who the owner is, and that would be a beautiful form of torture and revenge at the same time. Go find the owner and go date him. Back in the day, girl, that's what we used to do. So, oh, he quit. Who the owner? Who his boss? Where my lipstick at? Where my heels? Y'all want to go to lunch? You go find where the owner eat lunch at, or his boss. Just do it for fun if you gonna do something. I mean, what have you got to lose? You got extra time now. Or lie to him. Be like, find out, like, do your research, find out his boss's name or the owner's name. Like, oh, don't worry. I met someone new. His name is, drop that boss name. Oh, really? What's he look like? Oh, well, find a picture on the internet if you can. Oh, he looks like this. I don't know where he works, but he seems to be making pretty good money. Anyway, how to avoid letting them in your home? Tell him he can't come in unless he pay bills. So no one crosses the threshold unless they came out of my body or they paying these bills. Sprinkle, sprinkle, or we blood related. Masculine men provide for feminine females. That's right. There's a troll he has to pay to pass through your residence. Unique, tell them you have roommates and live with family. That's right. Said, I'm sorry you can't come over. My roommate's here. My mom's visiting. Something. Okay. Well, anyway, y'all have a good night. I'm going. I think we've had enough fun for the evening. This was fun and interesting. Appreciate the Dusties for bringing some humor and color to the chat. Thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Thank you for everyone who's donated. Thank you to all the members. Thank you, everyone who hit that like button as well, and everyone who sent me cash apps. Everyone who's bought my books. I appreciate you. Let's see. Y'all get this book if y'all haven't bought. I Bring Nothing to the Table. A Level Up Concept by SheRaSeven. It is on Amazon. There's the link. I'll try to pin it to the top so y'all can have it. Okay. Y'all are delusional. Well, a lot of people were delusional and that are rich now for having such delusions that turn into inventions. That the man who said that you could use a computer to talk to people across the ocean was delusional. And so is the man who invented the cell phone. And so is the women who said that we bring nothing to the table and we better be the guest of honor. If not, keep it moving, sir. So I will see y'all on the next one. Bye.